What's up? What's up? Welcome to a brand new episode of To Whom It May Concerns Hood Professionals. I am your hostess, AP, and I am excited to be back having a conversation with you all. Today, I don't know, or shall I say this month, I don't know if it's really about a certain topic, as more so it's just about catching up. Because I know last month I was really looking for you all to give me some feedback and helping on direction as far as where this podcast is going, what could it become. And I honestly, y'all, I really just didn't feel like talking. And I know it's kind of like, how are you going to have a podcast and you literally only post once a month? How do you not feel like talking? But I get into those modes, y'all, like where I feel like talking just to talk is very irritating for me. And it's so uncomfortable and not something that I want to do. So I find that to be very wasteful. Because I feel like you can also be wasteful with your words when you're just talking just to appease, or I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And plus I was also going through my own transitional period with work where I was just feeling very frustrated and feeling very underappreciated and undervalued. And those are just some things that I'm still working through, some thoughts, some emotions, and really trying to work hard on not projecting what I feel and how I show up in the workplace. Because it's like, am I dissatisfied? Most definitely. But does that give me the right to wear that on my sleeve every day when I go into the office? So it's a new level of maturity that I'm coming into within the workplace, of still showing up as my best self, not just physically, because your girl gonna be cute no matter what. That's just true tea, real tea, and always piping hot. You can count on it. But also being able to show up as my best self mentally, socially, and also emotionally. Like, not saying that I'm ever going to have a perfect day, because I am very upfront, I'm a very blunt type of person. Excuse me. And unfortunately, sometimes I wear my emotions on my face and definitely in my voice. I'm theatrical. I like to say I'm a theater girl, although I never took any type of theater classes, but I was very much so growing up, and even as an adult, I've been in, different plays and done different things. Like, I love media. Sometimes I wonder, girl, why didn't you go into mass media? Why? Because I thought I was going to be a lawyer. That's why. I thought I was going to be a lawyer, and I thought I was also going to be a writer for political leaders. But I digress from that. So it is hard for me because I do inflict my emotions in my voice. I don't know. Sometimes it's for the razzle dazzle, and sometimes it's for the nuck if you buck. You gotta, So I'm working on it, and I'm also working on being more intentional as far as like changing up my routine. I actually just did a blog post over on my motivational blog. Is Hey Girl Hey, nice little plug, and it's over on WordPress. But I did an article about having to match where you're desiring to go, and realizing that there are some benefits where you are, which at times leaves us complacent and has us getting comfortable. Although we desire to go beyond where we are, there are things at this level that we've gotten comfortable with that aren't necessarily going to fly with where we're trying to go. So I'm putting myself now physically practicing new routines to help me be able to transition and be able to adapt well, overcome and adapt, right? And be able to just sustain myself when I transition into where I am desiring to be, because I have to get physically, in that routine of what it's going to take to sustain and maintain what's next. So I'm in the process of doing that. And let me tell y'all, it is hard. For those of you who have to wake up beyond 6 o'clock, kudos to you. You are a champion. I just want you to know the ability to get up that early and still be a functioning, polite and positive and alert person, that is no small feat that needs to be overlooked. And for whatever reason that you're getting up there early, maybe it's to go and work out before you go into work. Or maybe it's to have a little you time in the morning before other people in your house get up and they're going to need you. Or maybe it's just, prayer and meditation. I don't know, whatever it is. Or maybe that's just your normal time that you need to get up so that you can be prepared and get to work on time. God bless you. Kudos to you, because I am currently at the phase of getting up at 6 o'clock so I can leave my house by 7 so that I can be to my current job at 8. It's a lot. I am ready to pass out by 2 o'clock because I'm tired, but I'm determined to get myself on this new routine, to get myself on this new schedule, and to be acclimated in it, right? And now my next goal is to find ways to re-energize so that when 2 o'clock comes around, I'm not ready to fall apart. But and usually I would like to take a walk at work, but it's just been so GD hot. I'm talking about when I went to the Bahamas, this is that Bahama heat. This is the Bahamian heat. I can't, Let me say it again. Girl, I don't even know what 75 feels like anymore. Like, take me back to the days of old, not too far back, like 2017, 18. 18 was my year. I'm just saying, shout out 2018 and all that you brought. It's just so hot that I'm not able to take that walk, take a nice little walk at work, like a 15-minute walk, and just recharge. So if you have any tips or whatever that I can use to help me to re-energize, that would be great. I have a shared office, so I can't be in there doing jumping jacks and push-ups and sit-ups. So that's out the question, but I definitely need to figure something out. I even thought about getting a gym membership and then doing because I do have at least an hour break, although I don't use it. I do a 30-minute, but I'm thinking about getting a gym membership and going to the gym, doing my break, and that way I can work out for 30 minutes, take a shower, and then have a light little lunch. And I think that would probably help boost the energy up. So if any of you happen to do that, let me know if you felt like you saw a change in your energy level once you implemented that, or tell me, how do you feel afterwards? If you've always done it, kind of tell me if you felt a little sluggish, but then after you work out, how far does the energy sustain? And I know it's going to be a lot, because I used to work out in the morning before I went into work, but I have fallen off, and I know I need to get back on. But I feel like my saving grace is me not being a greedy person like I used to be, because baby, food, delicioso. But I am very aware of what I put into my body these days. Not trying to pig out, not trying to be crazy. Not saying I don't like a little fried piece of chicken every now and then, but having it on a regular basis, no. Fried food on a regular basis, no. I love a potato, I love a slice of bread, but no. I rebuke thee. Just looking for ways to really elevate and amplify this new routine, because I want it to be something that I can stick to. So any type of way that I can maintain this, you guys just let me know about the whole energy thing. If you're working out in the middle of the day while you're at work and you're returning back, just tell me as far as where are your levels at mentally? Where are your levels? But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just in a transitional period with my job where they're wanting me to take on more of a leadership role, but I'm like, where is the money that thou needs to sustain in this current society that we're in? And so even within that, with me having this dissatisfaction on that end, I know that it's imperative for me to still show up and do my part, because at the beginning and end of the day, my name, my reputation means something to me. And so I still want to maintain that level of who I am, even if just for my own personal, professional reasons, because this is my thing. You never know who's watching, and you never know that people that you're around, if they know that there are some honest people, if they know that they can't give you what you deserve, but you still keep showing up as your best, you never know who they know that may need exactly what you have to offer. And the fact that you're on time, and the fact that you have a positive attitude, and the fact that you are someone who's health conscious, so you know that this person is, practicing safe and healthy routines. So this is someone that you can depend on. This isn't someone that you're going to recommend to someone else and they go and fail the drug test. Yup. That's a topic for another story. When you stick your neck out for people, but then I be faulting folks because it's like, you know your friends before you recommend your friends, right? You see what they're modeling, what they have going on. You're hearing their conversations, because if every time your friend comes to you and it's always someone else's fault, that's probably not somebody who you want to recommend for something. Or that may be someone that I hope that you're having those hard conversations with. Be like, girl, it's not always the landlord. Sometimes it's the tenant. Sometimes you're doing things that you know you have no business doing, and you're pushing people to their limits. And then when they finally address you on said limits you've been pushing, now you want to play victim. But see, that's a story for another topic. But anyway, you continuously showing up as your best self gives other people an opportunity to go out on the ledge for you and say, hey, I know someone who I think would be great for this. So those are things that I keep in my mind, to just always stay grateful. And even though sometimes I can get very anxious about my situation, like, I need some more money. I need some more money. I'm still covered by grace, right? Like, I'm not lacking income to take care of my necessities. And necessities aren't always about bills, even though somehow money is attached to it. But it's just the fact of, I live a very peaceful life, and that's something that I couldn't put a price on. I live a very drama-free life. I live a very comfortable life, and I'm not a millionaire, but I do live a very comfortable life. And although it is just me who has to maintain this lifestyle that I have for myself, it's being maintained, right? And here and there, I'm even able to shop. And if for those of you who know me, you know how much I like to shop. But I also want to let those of you who know me that I haven't been shopping. And that in itself is a testament to the routine. Because I feel like this, when you're seeking a resolution to an issue, you always need to look within and see, okay, what am I doing that I could be doing to help the situation? Or what am I doing that I could not be doing to help the situation, right? Because you always have to start with self first. And then once God sees you making the effort to do your part, he's gonna turn that thing out anyway. But if you go ahead and fall in line and do what it is that you need to do, or stop doing what it is that you were doing, either way, you're doing what you need to do. The process goes by much, much quicker. And it goes by even quicker and smoother when you have a grateful and positive attitude. That's the number one thing that I've learned. Baby, time is going to pass, right? So you might as well do a good thing in that time while it's happening, whether that's working out, whether that's cooking more at home, whether that's finding ways to save more money, whether that's working on a skill set that you have that you can improve upon, whatever the case may be. Time is so do something good in that time so that you can maintain a positive attitude. When we do things that bring a sense of improvement to our lives, it increases, I think we say that serotonin, it increases our ability to smile through a lot of the things that we get upset about or we become anxious for. And nothing should we be anxious for. Because if we're utilizing our time to meditate, to pray, to have real and honest conversations with ourselves, and a real honest conversation does not mean you have to be beating yourself upside the head. Nobody asked you to do that. Nobody asked you to do that. But you can be real with yourself and say, you know what, AP, you know that this is something that you could let go of, but you're choosing not to because you just want to be stubborn because you don't want the change. But what if that is the very reason why things aren't changing? Because you're being stagnant or you're being stubborn in this one area. Let it go. Because honestly, is it serving you in any real way? What are you getting from it besides like temporal satisfaction? And then beyond that, what? Because you constantly have to do it to get those little spurts of satisfaction. It's not worth it. So take the time and take the effort to really put into something that is going to be more long term. And definitely as we're getting older, I feel like naturally, for some, majority of us, our mindset goes into those long-term type of, trajectories anyway, because we're looking at something like, okay, how does this fit and meet the overall goal, right? Is what I'm doing now a greater detail for the bigger picture, or is this going to be a detriment to where I'm trying to go? So some, just those types of conversations, just honest conversations. And sometimes they can be hard, but they don't have to be something that you're beating yourself up over. And if you feel like you're beating yourself up over that, then maybe, I would say seeking some type of therapy for that, because then it gives you an opportunity to bounce that idea off of someone else who doesn't know you, but who can help you put the pieces, lay the pieces out and be like, okay. So I was trying to make this fit and that actually doesn't go together. I need to take that and put it on the other side. Right? And just see, because sometimes we feel like the puzzle looks a certain way, but whether we ourselves or whether we include someone else to come in and help us lay out the pieces, we're like, oh damn, that's not even what that's supposed to be. That's not the picture. Right? And so then we have to let go of what we think it's supposed to look like. And I think once we start letting go of that, of what it's supposed to look like, the puzzle coming together gets less scary. Because now okay, this means what I had envisioned was wrong, right? That wasn't for me. So I feel like the fact that we're now coming into what is for us should be a much more comforting feeling. Much more comforting. And so for me, when I realized, okay, that may not be the picture for me, that just may not be it. You could be seeing the vision, but all those other things where you feel like the place, the person, those details may not necessarily be what's supposed to be in the puzzle. I mean, once you put the puzzle, I ain't never seen that person. Sorry to this man, I've never seen this man a day in my life. Or sorry to this woman, I've never seen this woman a day in my life. Or sorry to this here. This is the background. My gosh. Right? So it becomes what you need, exactly what you need, versus what you thought you wanted, right? And isn't that better to get what you need rather than what you want? Because then when you have what you need, you can create the things that you want because you have the right people and places and tools, because you're put exactly in the place that you need to be in to create the things that you want. And it's going to work. You're not going to be fighting against the current. You're not going to be swimming against the current. Not saying it's always going to be easy, but the flow is to be with you, not against you. So I always feel like when I feel like it's against, I know that's not me. That ain't for me. Let it go, AP. That's not you. That's not you, babe. I know it looks real good. Don't it look good? But that's not for you. What for you won't just look good. It will be exactly that, good for you. All right. Well, this has been quite the conversation. I was like, you know what? It's August 5th. We're 4 days past where we usually are, but I'm glad it happened like this because, like I said, I was just too many things on brain, and I just didn't want to be talking to y'all just to be talking to y'all. Right? I always want it to mean something. I always want you all to feel like you can come to this space and receive something that's beneficial. Receive something that can be a seed to the start of where you're going. Or it can just be like a confirmation or affirmation. Or just, get a little snack. Or maybe it could be a whole meal. Baby, I would feel honored if the word that I'm bringing on the podcast could be a whole meal to you. Okay. But, as always, I just appreciate your listenership. I appreciate when you tell other people about me. I appreciate when you interact with the reels and the posts. Don't forget, I'm over on Instagram at TWIMC_hood professionals. So that's over on Instagram at TWIMC_hood professionals. And as always, be good to yourself and be good to others, and have a wonderful and hydrated rest of the summer. Peace.